Good morning, my wonderful art friends. How are you today? We are fabulous. Today we're going to do two sketchbook flip-throughs that I have finished recently. One of them is my Hanamule watercolor sketchbook. The first one, I have four. And I just started the second one. And my sketchbook, my dedicated sketchbook school for 2024 and 2025. Yes, I have dedicated sketchbooks for sketchbook school because a lot of I have sketchbooks for certain things, like for Wendy Hollander now because she is botanical art, and I plan on doing other botanical illustration classes as well. I like to do that on hot press because it's a combination of watercolor and color pencils, so hot press is smoother. I love a really good watercolor sketchbook for watercolors because I totally believe that if you have really good paper, really good brushes, and really good paint, such as Daniel Smith, Paul Rubens. I know there's others out there that everybody likes, but my favorites are Daniel Smith and Paul Rubens. Mainly Daniel Smith. If you have a good watercolor, that does all the work for you. Honestly. So let's get going. Let's have a sip of coffee, shall we? It is morning. The sun is shining here, so you might be seeing some dappled sunlight. But yes, let's get started. But I am finding that when you put the washi tape down or any tape, it doesn't last. So yes, this is 100% cotton, cold pressed, 250 GSM. And I really did love working with this. The only problem I had was the tape was lifting some of the paper up. So I did this first. I was in the car at a park, and I did this from the car. My first urban sketch from a car. And then I really got into gouache. So I've learned to put the teachers and the media on the side. So this is a Ruth Wilshaw class with the Holbein gouache. This was done in March. Look at how pretty that is. I love gouache. I need to get back into gouache. And my gouache class is on Skillshare. And then this was with Emma J. Lefebvre. All these people are they're on YouTube. I think I did, I paid for Ruth Wilshaw's classes either on Patreon or something like that. But a lot of them started out on YouTube. A lot of free classes at YouTube. This is Daniel Smith watercolor. This is a Lindsay class. I did participate in her critique classes. Those were like, they're $7 a month now. They used to be $5. And this is ocean paper, watercolors. Oh, you know, that ocean paper, look at how those clouds look with that ocean paper. Ooh, that looked really nice. Very nice. Look at the water. I like that. I really love ocean paper when I use it. I got to use it more. Then I started doing plein air pearl. And then this is me. This is the tree across here that I can see especially I can see it a lot better when I walk Jack's. There's a tree across the way right over here, and I did not do this tree justice, but it was nice to do, and I did do it outside. And then this is the creek where I live on right here, and this is my building. And they just fixed. This is the seawall. That there used to be two big palm trees here, and then Helene knocked the seawall down. They just rebuilt it, and that's why when I did this back in April, there was there still isn't any grass down there. The landscapers are here now putting down sod, and it is July. It is the end of July. This is the house across the creek, and that's the tree. This is my neglected yak. It was called Ripples. We have a kayak rack over here where we could put our kayaks. I have since sold it because I use this kayak a ton when I lived in New York. There's tons of places to go. And of course, there are tons of places here, but I do not want to go into the ocean with my kayak. I am an old lady now, and I have fears. Plus, and it's not even that. This is a nice kayak, and it's me. It's very hard to get in and out of when you're a fat old lady. And I mean it. It is hard. I just didn't want to do that anymore. I used to kayak with Catherine. Catherine has the blue version of this. I don't really have anyone to kayak with here, so I've tried joining clubs, but I just don't feel like kayaking anymore. Florida's different. I don't like to kayak anymore. I don't like to camp anymore. So that is that. This is the banyan tree behind the other building, which I love. I just loved doing that. That was kind of cool. I love this watercolor, line and wash kind of look, and kind of I like the casualness of this, not detailed. I really like that look. This is Harry. I see Harry almost every day. He is a great heron. And he's out here. When the tide goes down, I see him a lot. I love watching the tide come in and out here. It's just fabulous. April 6, 2025. So yes, this is still plain April. These are my nasturtiums that I planted outside in April, and they just popped up. And I have these were out by my front door. Spit it out. These are out by my front door, so they're not there anymore because I replaced them about 3 weeks ago because they were very distressed out in the front. This is Florida. I love my nasturtiums when I was in New York, but this is Florida. So what I got is something else that I really love. I got a desert rose, which I love. But since I love nasturtiums so much, I have some that I planted just for my desk because I have a ton of nasturtium seeds. So these are just for my desk. Aren't they the cutest? I know. I had to have some. I had to have nasturtium. You know why? Because I love these little leaves. I don't know if the flowers ever come up, but I love the leaves. This was just a little vase of flowers for plain April. This is a crown flower that I took a picture of when Jax and I are on one of our walks, because we walk at a couple of parks nearby. I just get him in the car and we just drive and go to the park and walk. And you know what? I'm going to take him to, oh, you know what? I can't take him today because I took him potty already this morning and it was 100 degrees. As soon as it cools down a little bit, I will take him again. I don't want him to put him through that because he just wheezes and stuff. It's too hot for him to do long walks. So, but yes, this is the crown flower that I did from a photo. It was from that morning. So I liked the way that turned out. It turned out nice. This is another succulent that I have. It's still out there on my patio, on my front door. I have like a little bistro set out there. And oops, okay, now remember when we were walking back here, I told you this is where I walk the Jack sometimes back here. Right here is where I found these random squash plants started growing, like right here. I don't know if it was from the dirt that the landscapers used or where they came from, but I found these random squash plants out there. It was hysterical. There was a bunch. But when the landscapers came to start cleaning things up, they cut them all down. Darn it. This was from a picture from my car of an apartment building that I took because I tried to drive around for plain April to get photos to do. And a lot of the times I do my plain air from my desk. I don't like to do it in the car. It's just not set up that way. I like to do stuff at my desk. I set things up at my couch to do art, but sometimes it's just not comfortable enough for me. I like to come to my art desk. But this is from a photo. That's the apartment building. This is my view from my desk right now, but this was a photo of a sunset, and the colors were just gorgeous, just gorgeous. The sunsets here are just spectacular, let me tell you. This was a rescued plant that I rescued from, it was sitting, a lot of times in this apartment building, people will put stuff near the dumpster so that they don't want to throw them out. Excuse me. So that maybe people might want them and stuff like that. I've done that too with dog stairs and tubs and certain things. And I did rescue this, but something happened to it during a storm, and it fell over and broke, so it's no longer. But at least I have a photo of it. This is a banyan tree down the street. It is huge. This doesn't do it justice. I swear you can drive a car in here. That's how big it is. I wonder if I'm not going to put pictures at the end of it and stuff like that. And then this was a snowy egret that I saw that I got a picture of. It was right here, you know, where Harry hangs out. Snowy egret also hangs out. And I love the bokeh that I did. I love the way, and I love like his hair. And this is funny. But when the snowy egrets are out there and their hair, their tufts of hair are flying, I swear they look like President Biden. With their little hairs flowing in the breeze. That's what it reminded me of. This was I took a picture of this. This was one of the parks that we walked through, the same park where I got that the crown flower from. I took a photo of this, and this is in the park. And I do have, if you look, I don't know if I don't have a plain April playlist, but I do have videos of me doing some of these. Not all of them. I think there's a video of me doing this. You have to go look at my playlist. It's just, it'll be out there. There's Harry again. It's a really good photo of Harry. And then I did Pelly. I've got pelicans that are out there too. Unfortunately, I did this with marker. Tombow markers, I think, and it kind of came through, so sorry, Harry. This I did do. I took Jax to the pier at St. Pete, and I brought my chair out, and we sat in the chair. We should do that more often. It's just too hot right now. As soon as it starts cooling down, and we sat where I could see the pier, and I did do this outside, and I did it really quickly, as you can see, very plain. Very plain April. But that was my view of the pier. This is my bird bath. This is a picture. I was running out of plain April pictures. So this is my bird bath back in New York, and this is from a picture that I took of my bird bath. So I did that. I'm pretty sure I'm using Daniel Smith in almost all of these. It doesn't say. And then this is a picture of when I was driving around here in St. Pete. I think this house is in what they call Jungle Prada neighborhood. Jungle Prada neighborhood is so cool. You'll have to Google Jungle Prada. It's in St. Pete. It is an Indian mound, a sacred Indian mound in St. Pete, which we've been to a couple of times, me and Jax. It's very, very cool. And the houses in that neighborhood are just adorable. Just some of them are adorable, some of them are very expensive. This is also from a photo from Willow Street. This is one of the cardinals, the female cardinals. I kind of like that. Her feet look kind of weird, but I like the way that I like a bokeh. I like to do a bokeh because I'm not a big detail girl, so I like to do a bokeh. This is also from a photo from Willow Street. I used to have three or four, maybe three and one little lilac trees. I do miss my lilacs. I do. That was from a photo. And then I think that's it. April 24th. I did not do the full month of plain April. I kind of got tired of it. It was just because I couldn't find photos and stuff. So what I was doing, I was starting to get photos from Willow, my own photos from like Willow Street and stuff like that. So I think I kind of pooped out around the 24th. And then this was just, this was Inktense, but this was from a class, and I can't remember. I don't know whose class. This is also from a class. This is a class, Daniel Smith watercolors. This is a master study of Monet, as you can see. I wonder if it was Emma J. Lefebvre or Sarah Cray. Both of these could be either of those two, because I did a lot of them then. This is a picture from my friend Dave. I love the picture so much I had to do it. It was so pretty. And then this is okay, so I got these color cubes. I got my color cubes were replaced by Sarah Renee Clark. I sent her an email requesting, because I had lost my color cubes in the flood, and I just said if you had any stock that you couldn't sell because it was tainted or printed wrong or had errors on it, I would love you know, something that you were going to throw away because I could not afford to buy those color cubes again. And she sent me 2 brand new color cubes, and I'm going to cry right now because that's not what I wanted. I just wanted something, you know, I didn't care if it was, if the photos were like wonky. I wanted something that she was going to throw away, and she sent me 2 brand new ones. So this was, whoo. So yeah, as soon as I'm done with World Watercolor Month, I am going to really dive into doing more videos of me doing the color cubes, of me painting, and I want to do more art journaling, stuff like that. There's an art journal. I need to finish this. I started it. It's so gorgeous, and I need to finish this. I really do. So I want to finish my art journaling and stuff like that. I really need to do that. So as soon as World Watercolor Month is done, which has been taking up a lot of my time and stuff like that, I will have more content. But yeah, this was the color cube, and I picked it, and I was like, ooh. Ooh. And what did I use? Oh, this is Daniel Smith watercolor, but it looks like I used colored pencils or something like that too. This was when I did Sketchbook Revival. That was kind of fun. And in the Sketchbook Revival, that's when I found Wendy Hollander. She had a class, and so did Sarah Simon had a class in Sketchbook Revival. And I paid, I think it was $67, and I have access to Sketchbook Revivals from 2022 to 2024, which is kind of cool. There's all these tons and tons of classes. So I was so excited. This is where I fell in love with, I had a Wendy Hollander book, and I had fallen in love with her then. And when I saw her class, I thought, oh, this was so fun. That's when I went and got the book again. Then I found her online. I seen her classes. So I am in the middle of doing her book right now. And then when I'm done doing that, and I'm also going to search for botanical illustration classes on Skillshare, since I have that. But Wendy Hollander has classes that are $50 a month. So I'm going to be doing that until I finish all the classes. I'm sure it'll take several months, but it'll be worth it to me because I have fallen in love with botanical illustration. And then I have a ton of Sarah Simon books. I just bought another one. So I have a ton of those to do too. I don't have enough time in the day. What I need to do is, I kind of leave my art desk around 3 o'clock-ish, sometimes 2. I need to stay a little longer because I have a lot that I want to do. This was, I can't remember what happened here. Oh, I think this was also from Sketchbook Revival. I'm not really sure. I think it was. These colors are really bright. Is it one? No, it's not the fluorescence. I don't know. But anyways, and then I started Skillshare and I found Susan Ellard, and this was one of her classes, and that was, that also started me on another tangent with doing really, really bright colors, and I loved that. Absolutely loved it. This was something that I didn't like, so I painted over it. This, I never got to finish. Oops. Excuse me. I never used this because I was waiting for this to dry. I guess this is just a blank page. And then this is Inktense pans. Paul Rubens and fluorescent watercolors. And I think this was, oh, you know what it was? This was me doing a video, and I just, I was using all kinds of things. Inktense pans, Paul Rubens, and the Paul Rubens fluorescent watercolors that I had just gotten. And this was just, I think I posted this, this reference photo in my posts on YouTube. And then Radiant Buddha. Then World Watercolor Month started. Ooh, these are starting to stick. And then this is when I started putting the regular gel gloss on my photos and stuff. I started doing it here, and they're all starting to stick. So World Watercolor Month started, and Radiant was the first word. So I did Radiant Buddha, and that was with Daniel Smith watercolors. Then Espresso was day 2, and I used the sepia Micron, and I did Daniel Smith watercolors. Ripple was one. Oh my goodness, these are really sticky. I wonder if it's because it's so hot here today, because these don't normally stick like this. Oh, I'm gonna have to find something. I do have fixative that I could do over it. I love the regular gel gloss. I don't know if that's such a good idea now because everything sticks. I even put baby powder on my hands and went over it. But this is a fish tail, and I did that because when I look out here, we have mullet that jump out of the water all the time. This was one of my most favorite. And I have videos of me doing some of these, most of these, not all of them. But I do have video of me doing a lot of these, especially this one. This one, when the word was fade, of course I had to do jeans, faded jeans, and my favorite song in the world, I Don't Want to Fade Away. This was Lock, and this was Graphitint pencils, and I think I even have a video of me doing this. It might be a time-lapse video. Excuse me. Then I had used the Derwent charcoal pans, and this was hat. Tried to do the hat that Rory wore in the Life and Death Brigade in one of the last 4-season movies that they did at the end. This is Inktense. I had to do Melt. This was fun. And this was done with Inktense. This is Tired. Oh, it's my baby. I think it's just Daniel Smith. And I love when he sleeps with his feet in his paws, his face in the paws. And then this one for World Watercolor Month was Home. And I tried to do the glowy windows. I love looking at houses that have the glowy light inside. Turtle. I don't have a video of me doing this one, but I should have because he's so cute. Spicy. I tried to do something for Spicy that everybody did a pepper. We all did a pepper. I'm a pepper. You're a pepper. We all did peppers too. But yeah. And then Rumble. I think I did. Yeah, I did do a video of this. Unfortunately, when I did do the gloss, I messed it up a little bit, so yeah. And then cavern was one. That was a hard one, but I managed to do cavern. And I do have a video of that. And then we had stretch. Of course I had to do a video of him. I did do a video of this, of him stretching. I did a video of this. This was dust or dusty. This was fun. This was fun to do. Unfortunately, this is charcoal, and when I sprayed it, that disappeared. So I had to redo it again and then put this on there. So, and this was, geode was another hard one. First of all, I had to look up what geode was. I didn't even know what it was. Even though I have crystals all over the place. Oh, then we did chair. I did chair. This was a nice comfy chair. This, I think because it's like 100 degrees here today. It's really sticky. But this turned out nice. I wanted to just do something fast. Sometimes it's World Watercolor Month and you're doing 31 paintings because it's watercolor. And there are times when you just don't feel like doing it. Like I do not do art during the weekends. So sometimes I have to catch up. You know what I mean? And I thought I was just going to throw a chair in there and just do it. But then it ended up kind of being really kind of cute. This one was hard. Both of these were hard. Rigid was hard. I don't know. I didn't really know how to do rigid. So that's kind of, I did a video of that as well. I didn't do a video of this. This was perform. And that's pretty self-explanatory. And then it was that. That is that. I hope this isn't going to go too long. Let's see. Where are we? But now this is the dedicated Sketchbook School. And I love Sketchbook School. So what happens is every Thursday on YouTube at noon Eastern Standard Time, it could be different for you. Let me have a sip of coffee. Sketchbook School is live at noon at Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And you can talk to them and chat with them. And so I started doing that and I never missed it. If you do miss it, they do have the replay that you can catch up on. And I might have done that 1 or 2 times. But then they had, and then they have classes that you can buy, which I have done. And you'll see there's some classes in here that I did. And then those are extraordinarily wonderful, those classes. And then if you join their membership on YouTube, which I did, they also have a draw with me again on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's a couple of times that I do draw with them live, which I will never miss because JJ and Danny and JJ are hysterically funny. They're so sweet. They're the best. They're the best couple. I just adore them. They have 2 pugs that are just adorable. And it's so much fun to be able to talk to people on there. There's some people from all over the world that join these. And we have a good time. And I don't want to miss a single one. If I do, I'll do the replay. But I really try to be there live. So I got this dedicated book. I started November 14, 2024, because I think because it's November. I had a sketchbook, but it's gone. It disappeared. It floated away. So enough of that. So this one, there's always a theme. So this one was Birds of the Backyard of Phoenix. And then, we just go in and we just do them all. These were so fun. And then we did this one. We just did Muttley, and we just drew him for the whole hour, and that was fun. This was Inktense. Then we did mystery, things that are a mystery, and these are the different things that we did, and it's just so much fun. The different themes. Then we did flying, and I used Inktense, and I only used dark plum. You can do your own interpretation of what you feel during these lives. Everybody does. And then if you join Sketchbook School membership, or if you bought some of their classes, then they have a schoolyard which you can, it's kind of like a Facebook group, but it's online, and you can post your photos there. And what they do is they'll grab your photos from these lives, and then every live before it starts, they do a montage of everybody's pics. And you don't have to be a member or join Schoolyard. If you put SBS Draw With Me, they'll find you out on Facebook or Instagram, and they'll pull you in to the montage, which is so much fun to see your work up there. And everybody else's work too, because that's half the fun, is looking at to see everybody else's work. So then we did, it was, 12/19, so we did the Nutcracker. That was fun. And then we did an urban sketch. I wasn't really into it, as you can see, but I did it. There are times when I'm just not into it, but I do them anyways. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to do this. And then once I start doing it, it's so much fun. This was part of a class that I paid for. And we had to make like a tree. We had to make a beautiful mess like a child. And then this was a Draw With Me, leafages. This one I loved. This was part of the class. We were doing line drawing, contour drawing. And then we did cartoon dogs. Then this was part of the class. It's complicated, and you had to spend an hour drawing a really complicated piece, which I did. Oops, I knocked over my nail polish. And that was fun to do. That was kind of fun. It helped me to really start doing more details and things like that. This was part of the class. Something about smells. I wish I could evoke the smell of the whole house when my mom made adobo chicken. Always a 2-liter of Pepsi on the table, which I said Pepsi, but that was Coke. All the windows steamed up from her cooking all day. Everyone jonesing on her pancit. Can you hear? Can your mom make more? That's what they always. Everybody loved mom's pancit. This was part of the class as well. You had to taste things and draw and describe it. This was part of the class, part of the creative license class. Yep, that was cool. And then, and they're still out there. I think you could purchase them, and then you could just do them at your own pace. This was Predators, and I was starting to feel, this wasn't big enough. I didn't want to do 2 pages all the time, but I was feeling kind of claustrophobic. That's why I got a bigger one for my second dedicated sketchbook. This was part of the class. This is my mom's pewter pitcher that I still have. This was part of the class. Empty your pockets. This was part of the class. Your memory and familiarity. This is part of the class. So I had to draw my high school from memory. And then I drew it from a picture. What a difference, huh? Not bad. But that was part of the creative license class. This was SBS Draw With Me. We did Charles Dickens. This was Hockney Landscapes. I hope I'm getting these in there. This was fun. And the thing is, all of these right now, these SBS Draw With Me's, they are on YouTube right now. The replays. You can go in there and do this right now. And it's not live, but it's like you're there, and it is so cool. And they're free. So go out there, go find Sketchbook School, and it's SKOOL on YouTube. I'm telling you, you can do these right now. They're not live, but they're still fun. I was doing a few of the older ones, but then on Wednesdays we do older ones anyways. So yeah, go out there. They're out there right now for free, and it's fun because you learn to draw. This one we were doing a recipe for German chocolate cake. This was fun. And I did this with a Uniball Air Uniball Air. No, that's all I did was the Uniball Air, and then I just took water. And then we did butterflies. Yes, go out there and do these. You can do these right now. I'm telling you. You're going to want to join the membership too. We did spring flowers. This was when I went in and did one of the old ones. And it was National Pug Day. So there's Twiglet and Clover are their dogs. And they're so cute. I can't stand it. So cute. I just want to make sure this is still in. We did, then this was members only. This was, what was this? This was a lot. I forget what the theme was, because I forget what the theme was. I have some, like, here's my car, here's my favorite mug. I forgot what the theme was, but it was interesting. And we did musical instruments. That was fun. But you see how I'm getting all smushed? Then Draw With Me Again, we did Mona Lisa. I kind of liked that. That was fun. And then Mummy Appreciation Day. I'm telling you. Oh, that was fun. This was Draw With Me Again. We tried to recreate a drawing by a young girl, like 4 or 5 years old, and we had to recreate it. And then I did pictures of that I used to draw when I was her age, the kinds of pictures that I used to draw when I was her age. And I think this is with oil pastels. That's why I have this here. Then we did dogs. And these were real dogs. These were real dogs and their real names. I'm trying to make sure that you're in. Okay. Then we did Beatrix Potter. This was fun. I mean, every single one was fun. We did Cars on Draw With Me Again on Wednesday night. I can't do a lot of detail, so I only did the fronts. Oh, this was good. This was Draw With Me. We did movie posters. This was fun. I mean, they're all, I must be saying it a million times. This was a fun one. And then we did noshing junk food. Yep. And then Draw With Me, we did hats. And we did, then we had to draw this woman upside down. That was fun. This one I did with oil pastels. This was we did a Bob Ross. This was Bob Ross, but I did it with oil pastels. I mean, the ideas are endless. We did rainforest birds. We did, these were memories. I had to do me when I was 6. I had to do me then you had to do 10 years from there, and I was 16, and then 36. Yep, that was fun. That was fun. Then we did summer. This was fun. Then we did gators. I didn't even want to do this. I was like, I don't want to draw alligators. But look at what I ended up doing. They were kind of cute. A lot of times I'll be like, I don't want to do this. And then I'll do it, and it's fun. Because they make you draw stuff that you would never think of drawing. That's what I liked about it. This was, we were doing somebody's bedroom, and then I said, I'm just going to do a bedroom. Because I didn't want to do the same bedroom everybody was doing. It was a famous artist bedroom. We did a lighthouse. I forgot what the theme was. I gotta write these down. It was a theme about ourselves, but I don't remember. I have to write that stuff down. Look at Jax. This one, well, not what this theme was either. What's going on here? Oh yeah, with the legs. Yeah, I don't know what the theme was. I gotta start writing the themes down. This was fun. Medieval. Did that. Sometimes I cheat and put things behind other things. This was a I drew this with the Dollar Tree fountain pen. This was squid, and I used the Paul Rubens fluorescent watercolors. This was 1776, things from 1776. And this was fun. And then we did a quick urban sketching from home. So that was that. Those are my 2 sketchbooks that I finished. I finally finished. How many do I have going right now? Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. 6 or 7. Are they near done? No. But that's what we do as artists, right? So I'm so glad you guys came here and you were here with me. And this probably went really long, but I just wanted you to see, and I wanted you to see Sketchbook School, because that stuff is out there for free. Go out there and do some of them. And it's just, I just love being able to draw. They just make you draw things that you never think that you would draw. And then you use your own imagination as well. Or you could do exactly what they're doing. And the camaraderie and the laughter is worth every minute. So go on out there. You might even purchase some of their classes. So, and Watercolor Month, playing April. I love all these things, and I love the challenges. Sketchbook Revival is out there. Get on these newsletters so you know when this stuff is happening. So I'll see you again in the next video. I love you guys. Bye-bye.